Last time I was talking about binary star systems. About half the stars in our galaxy are binary systems. We don't know whether they provide stable orbits for planets. The problem is if a planet would be in the habitable zone and the binary orbit would take it out of the habitable zone, then what would happen? So, let's see. So the fraction. So this is still doing this Drake equation. I don't really want to get too into this because a lot of it is speculation. And so, the answer is we just don't know. We don't know how many intelligent life forms are in the galaxy. I mean, yeah, and we don't even know, even with the technology that we have in our, how long will our civilization last? I mean, we really don't know the answer to that either. So again, there's a lot of uncertainty. So we'll just kind of skip over this. This is a famous plaque that was on board the Pioneer 10 spacecraft. And let's see, so when you think about it, we're constantly broadcasting radio signals that, of course, travel at the speed of light. We have been doing so since probably the 1940s was the point where radio signals were powerful enough even to reach stars that if there were, antenna that were as sensitive as to the ones that we currently have, radio antenna, that, maybe some of the nearby stars would be able to pick that up. But one of the things is where do you, what do you look for? You have this incredible spectrum, all these different frequencies. What frequencies do you look at? I mean, there's essentially an infinite number of frequencies. One is to talk about this water hole. This is a region where, there's very small amounts of very little radio noise in that particular region of the spectrum. It's right around a little more than 1 gigahertz. So this is frequencies in space that we would look to see if there's any signals from intelligent species. There are different organizations. SETI is probably the best known example of this. This is a privately funded, actually, search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And there's a bunch of antenna that are, I think most of these are out in California, where they're just looking for different radio signals. Thus far, there's never been a single one. It doesn't mean that there's not intelligence out there, but up to this point, we don't have any. We don't have any evidence of this whatsoever, unfortunately. All right, so the thing about this is, let's look at the summary. We have the evolution of the universe, which leads to stars in the outer parts of their galaxy, like ours, like our star is, and having a planet where there's a nice stable orbit and the planet is within its habitable zone. Again, if life can exist outside of this, then all bets are off. I mean, if what we're doing is we're just basing it on the life forms that we know about, right? Obviously, if there's other types of life that we can't even imagine, and that there's a very good likelihood of that there are these living things that we don't really know, we don't understand it, because we simply don't have examples of that here on Earth. And again, Earth is the only example of life that we know of in the universe thus far. I mean, that's the thing. Let's see. So, the question is, what is a living organism? So in the most broad definitions, it has to be able to react to its environment. It has to take in nutrients. It has to reproduce, and it has to evolve. Amino acids might have even come from outside of our Earth, arriving on comets and even meteorites. But certainly there are plenty of amino acids found on Earth, Mars is included in the habitable zone. Some of the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, possibly even Uranus and Neptune. Mostly really Enceladus and Europa. Those are the ones that we're really concentrating on. The Drake equation, it's interesting. I don't know how far that really gets us. As far as knowing, we just really need one signal, and that would just completely transform the way we see ourselves in the universe. The big question is, has been for a long, long time: are we alone? Are humans the only intelligent species out there? We just don't know at this point. We're trying. Astronomers have been trying for a long time to find evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, but thus far, nothing. So hopefully, maybe someday that will change. All right, so that's it for chapter 28, and I hope you've enjoyed the semester.